Breaking news for every Social Security SSI and SSDI recipient watching this right now. A major 9.6% boost is officially coming to your payments, and it's going to change everything about how much you receive each month. But here's what they're not telling you. This increase comes with new rules, new payment schedules, and critical details that could impact when and how you get your money. If you depend on Social Security or disability benefits, you cannot afford to miss what I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes. Stay with me until the end, because I'm going to break down exactly what this means for you when it takes effect and what you need to do right now to protect your income. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is the place where we bring you the most up-to-date, accurate, and honest information about Social Security, SSI, SSDI, retirement benefits, and everything that affects your financial security. We don't sugarcoat things. We don't spread rumors. We give you the facts so you can make informed decisions about your future. This channel exists for one reason: to protect you from confusion, misinformation, and missed opportunities when it comes to your benefits. Every week, changes happen in Washington that directly affect your payments, and most people don't hear about them until it's too late. That's why thousands of subscribers rely on us to stay ahead of the curve. If you want to be part of this community and never miss an important update again, hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. It's free, it takes 2 seconds, and it could save you from losing out on money that's rightfully yours. All right, let's get into it. What is this 9.6% boost? So what exactly is this 9.6% increase everyone's talking about? Here's the truth. Every year, Social Security and SSDI payments are adjusted based on inflation. This is called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. The purpose of COLA is simple: to help your benefits keep up with the rising cost of food, housing, medical care, and everything else you need to survive. In recent years, we've seen COLA increases range anywhere from 2% to 8.7%. But now, projections are showing that we could be looking at a 9.6% boost for the upcoming year. Let me be clear, this is not official yet. The Social Security Administration will announce the final COLA number in October, based on inflation data from the third quarter of the year. But based on current trends, experts are forecasting that this could be one of the largest increases we've seen in decades. And for millions of Americans who are struggling to pay their bills, this could be life-changing. What does a 9.6% increase actually mean? Let's talk real numbers, because percentages don't pay the bills. Right now, the average Social Security retirement benefit is about $1,900 per month. If you're receiving that amount and the COLA comes in at 9.6%, your new monthly payment would jump to approximately $2,082. That's an extra $182 per month, or about $2,184 more per year. For SSI recipients, the current maximum federal payment is $943 per month. With a 9.6% increase, that would go up to around $1,033 per month. That's an extra $90 a month, which might not sound like much to some people, but for someone living on SSI alone, that could mean the difference between paying rent or falling behind. For SSDI recipients, the average monthly payment is about $1,537. A 9.6% boost would bring that up to roughly $1,685. Again, that's an extra $148 per month, nearly $1,800 more per year. Now, I want to be honest with you. While this increase is significant, it's important to remember why it's happening in the first place. Inflation has been brutal. The cost of groceries, utilities, rent, and healthcare has skyrocketed. So while you're getting more money, you're also spending more money just to survive. This isn't a windfall. This is the government trying to help you keep pace with the economy, and for many people, it still won't be enough. But it's something, and it's important that you understand how it works and when it's coming. When will this increase take effect? If the 9.6% COLA is approved, it will officially take effect in January 2026. That means your first check with the increased amount will arrive in January, following the usual Social Security payment schedule. But here's where things get a little tricky, and this is where a lot of people get confused. Social Security payments are sent out based on your birthday and the type of benefit you receive. If you receive SSI, your payment will come on January 1st. But if January 1st falls on a weekend or holiday, the payment will be sent the last business day of December. If you receive Social Security retirement or SSDI, your payment date depends on your birthday. If you were born between the 1st and 10th of the month, you'll get paid on the second Wednesday of January. If you were born between the 11th and 20th, you'll get paid on the third Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and 31st, you'll get paid on the fourth Wednesday. This schedule stays the same every month. So once you know your payment date, you can plan around it. But here's the thing. If you don't know your payment schedule, or if you're not keeping track of when changes take effect, you could end up confused, stressed, or even worried that something went wrong with your check. That's why it's so important to stay informed. Why is this happening now? You might be wondering, why is the COLA so high this year? The answer is inflation. Over the past few years, the cost of living has increased dramatically. Gas prices, food prices, housing costs, everything has gone up. The government calculates COLA based on something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. This measures how much prices have increased for everyday goods and services. If the CPI shows that prices have gone up significantly, the COLA increases to match. In 2023, we saw an 8.7% COLA, one of the highest in history. In 2024, it dropped to 3.2% because inflation cooled down. But now, inflation is ticking back up again. And if current trends continue, we could be looking at another historic increase. This is good news for beneficiaries in the short term because it means more money in your pocket. But it's also a reminder of how unstable the economy has been and how important it is to stay on top of your finances. Who will benefit most from this increase? The 9.6% boost will apply to anyone receiving Social Security retirement, survivor's benefits, SSDI, or SSI. That includes retirees who worked and paid into Social Security their entire lives, disabled individuals who qualify for SSDI, low-income seniors and disabled people who receive SSI, widows, widowers, and children who receive survivor benefits. In total, this could impact more than 70 million Americans. But here's something important to understand. Not everyone will see the same dollar amount increase. Because COLA is a percentage, the more you currently receive, the bigger your increase will be. Someone receiving $3,000 a month will get a much larger boost than someone receiving $900 a month. That's just how the math works. And while it's fair in percentage terms, it can feel frustrating if you're on the lower end of the income scale. But still, any increase is better than none. And for people living paycheck to paycheck, even an extra $50 or $100 a month can make a real difference. What about Medicare premiums? Now, before you start planning how to spend that extra money, there's one more thing you need to know. Medicare Part B premiums are deducted directly from your Social Security check. And guess what? Medicare premiums usually go up every year too. So while you're getting a 9.6% increase in your gross benefit, your net increase, the actual amount you take home, could be smaller once Medicare takes their cut. For example, if your Medicare premium increases by $10 or $20 per month, that eats into your COLA raise. The Medicare premium for 2026 hasn't been announced yet, but historically, it tends to rise by a small amount each year. So don't be surprised if your actual increase feels a little less exciting than the headlines suggest. This is why it's so important to budget carefully and understand where your money is going. All right, now that you understand what's coming, let's talk about what you need to do to prepare. First, don't assume this increase is guaranteed. The final COLA number won't be announced until October, and it could be higher or lower than 9.6%, depending on inflation data. Stay informed. Keep watching this channel for updates. Don't rely on rumors or Facebook posts. Second, start planning now. If you know you're getting a raise in January, think about how you're going to use that money wisely. Maybe you need to catch up on bills. Maybe you need to build an emergency fund. Maybe you need to stock up on essentials before prices go up even more. Whatever your situation is, have a plan. Don't let that extra money slip through your fingers. Third, if you receive SSI, be aware that any additional income or resources could affect your eligibility. SSI has strict income and asset limits, so if your benefit increases and you also have other sources of income, you could risk losing your benefits. Talk to a benefits counselor or a Social Security representative if you're unsure. And finally, check your My Social Security account online. Make sure your information is up to date, your direct deposit is set up correctly, and you're aware of your payment schedule. The last thing you want is to be caught off guard when your check arrives or doesn't arrive. Listen, I know this stuff can be overwhelming. There's so much information out there, and it's hard to know who to trust. That's exactly why this channel exists. We're here to cut through the noise, give you the facts, and help you protect your income and your future. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Every week, we break down the latest changes to Social Security, SSI, SSDI, Medicare, and everything else that affects your benefits. And we do it in plain English, with no hidden agenda. This is your financial security we're talking about. Don't leave it to chance. Subscribe now, and let's make sure you're always one step ahead. All right, let's wrap this up. Here's what you need to remember. A major 9.6% COLA increase is projected for 2026, and it could mean hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket every month. But the final number won't be announced until October, and you need to be prepared for Medicare premium increases that could reduce your net gain. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay calm. You've got this, and we've got your back. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.